Whoa, 2021 was a super eventful year, especially here at Ricoma. We had our third annual DecoSummit event in person here in Miami, Florida, where we got to meet some of our favorite customers and where I had the pleasure of teaching some of our favorite embroidery and digitizing classes. We also revealed our latest embroidery machine series, the MT8S 20 needle machine that comes in 1, 2, and 3 heads. We also expanded our product line to include our very own white toner transfer printer, the Luminaris 200, and even added 2 vinyl cutters to our shop. So clearly, we've been very busy here at Ricoma. But in our experience, no one is busier than a print or embroidery shop. So if you didn't get the chance to catch all of our best episodes this year on our YouTube channel, we've compiled our top episodes of 2021 into an Uber compilation that you don't want to miss. Matter of fact, before we dive into our first set of videos, smash that like button and subscribe so that you don't end up missing any new content from us in the upcoming year. But now let's move on to our favorite show of all YouTube, Embroidery Hub. I mean, seriously, if you're not following our page yet and watching Embroidery Hub, then you're missing out on some of the best embroidery content in the internet. In fact, these next episodes got the most views from viewers just like you, and it's probably because they're packed with juicy information that's perfect for both embroidery newbies and pros. Now let's jump into your top Embroidery Hub episodes of this year in our next segment called Viewer's Choice. Today, we're continuing our Embroidery 101 series by showing you how to perfectly place and embroider a left chest logo. When you're doing it vertically, you want to make sure you go anywhere from 5 to 7 inches on a women's polo. And for men, is anywhere between 7 to 9 inches. Embroiderers everywhere struggle with when to use stabilizer and which stabilizers to use for certain garments and materials. So in this episode, I'm going to break down the 4 most popular stabilizer types, when to use them, and what materials they work best with. The rule of thumb when selecting backing is very simple. When embroidering thick or heavy fabrics, you should use a thinner backing. When embroidering on light or structured fabrics, you should use a thicker backing. Now your design also plays a factor in this. The more density your design has, or the bigger your design is, the more support your fabric needs. There are 5 types of threads used for machine embroidery: polyester, variegated, matte, glow-in-the-dark, and metallic thread. Polyester thread is made of synthetic fibers, which makes it a strong thread that is harder to break. Variegated thread is very similar to pure polyester thread, as it's durable, gives a similar glossy professional finish. Matte thread is a matte finished polyester embroidery thread that comes in a variety of colors. Glow-in-the-dark thread is a specialty thread that is used for one purpose, which is to make your embroidery glow. Glow-in-the-dark thread is a favorite amongst embroiderers that want to make their items stand. I'm going to show you how to make embroidered patches mixed with chenille. Today, I'll be teaching you how to embroider the front of a split front baseball jersey using only your embroidery machine. And watch me actually sew the patches onto the cap and give you expert tips along the way. We have here our patch that's already been lasered on and pre-cut. Now, if you missed any of those episodes, trust me, they're worth a watch. In fact, all of those episodes are going to be available in the link in the description below. And now we're gonna move to our second category, best of business.
I'm going to walk you through 3 different considerations to think about when purchasing your first embroidery machine. Consider the features that you'll need both now and in the future. Point number 2, which is don't assume everything is included in your embroidery machine purchase. That leads me to my last point here, which is don't assume that embroidery is plug and play. Make sure that you understand your process, know about your sales process, know about your marketing process, know about your fulfillment process. The second part is having the right people to be able to implement those processes. At the end of the day, you also need to establish a revenue goal and a goal that you want to reach to. If you're looking at 6 or 7 figures, have that goal in place and then work backwards from there as well in terms of what are the steps you're going to take to get to $100,000 in annual revenue or $1 million in annual revenue, and in what time frame you want to reach. Not a single day goes by where I don't see someone commenting on these posts suggesting or recommending to someone to use the stitch count rule. In fact, the stitch count rule was probably used 10, 15, 20 years ago when it was a lot different in the embroidery and custom apparel world.
I'm pretty sure everyone wants to know how to build a 7-figure custom apparel business or how to properly price your embroidery to make sure you profit from each order. So I, for one, will be watching every single Apparel Academy episode in 2022. So next up is a category that everyone wants to learn more about. It has to do with push and pull composition, sequencing, and other terms that have embroiderers tilting their heads in confusion. It's none other than digitizing. So in this episode, I'm going to teach you the fundamentals of flat versus cap digitizing. Now, caps are different from flats because they have a curve to them, and caps also have a bill on the front. Now, there are 2 important rules that we need to remember when digitizing for hats. Number 1 is to embroider from the bottom up, and number 2 is to embroider from the center out. This time, I'll show you how to digitize for a 3D puff embroidery on a cap. So Tony, what do you think about maybe adding some pull and push compensation, maybe to a 110%, and taking off the placement and the tack down stitch? Either way, it's not gonna be a patch. What do you think about that? So I have to say, even with a 2.5 millimeter foam, this came out real nice. Trust me, once you embroider this, all of this are gonna just sink into each other, and you're gonna see how you're gonna have enough space in between everything, okay? Like I said, it's only because we're doing small letters. All right, so let me see if you guys can take a nice look at this. I gave you a lot of tips and tricks on how you can digitize for small letters. Today, I'm going to show you how to digitize realistic portrait embroidery. Hopefully those videos didn't leave you more confused than when you started. But trust me, it's worth watching the entire tutorial rather than a snippet so that you can see the process from beginning to end. We not only want to bring you educational content to grow your business, we also want to make sure that we're having fun along the way. Wait, did I say we? No, I mean you guys, of course. But I feel like this compilation of videos just wouldn't be the same without our next batch, which I'm calling Edu-tainment. Push it however you like. All right, there you go. Make sure the 3 of them are locked in. Make sure you don't forget about the other lock. Tap on them just to make sure. Don't forget about the bottom. All right, the sweatband all the way out, on the left and on the right. All right, I think you're ready for... Unfortunately, I cannot run your cap, but you were the fastest, and I can tell you knew your stuff when you were doing it. One mistake, I have to give it to Jesse. All right, Jesse, so since you are the winner.
What's up?
You enjoying your little chocolate ice cream? Nice.
Ricoma cat.
On behalf of everyone here at Ricoma, I am proud to present you the Ricoma University Graduation Diploma.
What? Hey, are you my ride? Okay, I'll get in the back. Thanks. So let's go ahead and put this inside before this one turns around.
Green light.
That was close. Okay, let's get it. I don't think I've had more fun making videos than I've had this year. But not all videos were fun and games. In fact, the next batch of videos had me stressing and racing the clock, which, funny enough, there were some of your favorite videos as well. I guess you like to see me sweat. So on that note, here are our best videos all about speed, titled The Pressure Is On. All right, so this order is for 100 caps. Now let's see what are the details on this order. Yeah, we have a total of 50 black caps and 50 white caps. They're all youth polyester foam trucker style caps. And we're going to right click and select print on the timer. Now in today's episode, I'm super excited because we're gonna be working with the fire department and we're going to be making a lot of hats. All right guys, so we just made it to the fire station.
I came across a patch from 1926 and we wanted to make a throwback edition of a 1926 snapback.
Luckily we have a really good picture taken here that he sent over to us. Behind us, we have two of our best-selling printers, the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer, and the Ricoma RI 1000 direct-to-garment printer. In today's episode, I'm going to demonstrate not only the full process of how to print on a t-shirt, but also time myself doing it on two different types of garments using two different size designs. Grab our second sheet here and do the same thing. Put it right on top. All right, that's looking real nice. Let's go ahead and get it out. And now let's go ahead and seal the design onto the shirt. I hope that you're as glad as me to finally discover the nuances that affect different printing methods. You said 60 caps in total?
Yeah, 60 caps in total.
So let's take one last look at it. Just watching that bag had me sweating so much that I think it's time to wrap up our countdown with my personal favorite episode, where I got a chance to take you behind the scenes on a multi-head training. Why is it my favorite? Well, because at the end of the day, a decision to invest in an embroidery machine is a big one. And it's important to understand what goes on behind the scenes of such a big purchase and what to expect after. So on that note, let's take it back to revisit an insider look at multi-head training. Okay guys, so we just pulled up now. Let's go ahead and knock on the door and let's get ready to meet the staff. Come on. All right guys, so I just finished talking with the owner right now and the whole staff, and it's gonna be a great day because we're gonna be starting from the basics. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed revisiting our best episodes of 2021. Every year brings new projects and new learning opportunities. Regardless if it's learning more about the business or how to complete a particular project, we'll be here every step of the way creating content just for you. Remember, all of these episodes are going to be linked in the description below just in case you missed them. But to make sure you don't miss a thing, make sure you like this episode and follow us on YouTube so that you get notified when we post new episodes. For more great content just like this, make sure to follow us on our Facebook group, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery, and on Instagram, where we post daily. So if you liked all the content we made for you guys this year, I am so excited to tell you that our plans next year are going to be off the charts. So as they say, I'll see you guys next year. Bye bye everyone.